Mates, and welcome back to class. So in this free tutorial you'll be learning how to draft a waistcoat. So to draft the waistcoat now, you need your full basic bodies. I'm gonna ahead to trace out my full basic bodies. So once you have your full basic bodies, now if you don't know how to draft a full basic body, I actually have a video on the channel showing you how to draft this. So you can just go ahead and watch this and then come back to watch this. So the first thing you actually need to do now is to go ahead and determine your width of button. So we have different button size. So you actually need the width of the button for you to be able to create your button stand. So for the button stand now, you can actually work with 1 inch or 1.5 depending on the size of the button that you would be using. So from the center front now, I'll be marking my 1 inch button stand like this. So I'll just label this button stand. So this is where the button would be, and it is 1 inch in width. Now the waistcoat is actually not supposed to be too long, so you want to determine the length of your waistcoat. For me, I'd like to come down by 3 inches from my waistline. So I'm going to measure 3 inches from. You can also do 4 inches depending on the length you want. So I'm marking 3 inches all the way to the back like so. So that will be the length of my waistcoat like this. After that now, the next thing for you to do is to determine the width and the depth of the neck. So I'm just going to label this the length so that you actually do not get confused. The length of the waistcoat. After this, you want to determine the width and the depth of the neck. You can decide to actually retain your 3 by 3 and then 3 by 1 at the back, or you can also decide to actually just add ace to the neck, so making it 3.5 by 3.5, and then you determine the depth. So for me, I'd like to actually retain the 3 inches. All I'll just do is increase the depth of the waistcoat. So for the depth now, I'll be working with 8.5 from the shoulder line. Now for the waistcoat now, you can actually determine if you actually want the V shape or the round shape. So for me, I think I would actually prefer the rounded shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark using my curve like this. Can you see? So after you've connected your rounded shape like this up to the button stand, I'm going to move down to the back like this. Now for my shape of the waistcoat now, what I would just do is from this length that I actually drew, I'm going to connect it to the dart leg. So I'll be extending the dart leg down like so. This is my dart leg, and then I would connect it from the center front to the dart leg slanted like this, and then I'll connect it to the length of my waistcoat like this, as you can see. So you can see, and then I'll just blend this up to the button stand like this. So the next thing for us to do is to determine the kind of dart we want. So for this, I would actually like an armhole dart. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have here. My round armhole, I have 9 inches, and then I'll be dividing it into two, which is 4.5. Then I'll come in with my curve, and then I will just connect it like so. So I'll be extending my darts outwards by ½ inch, and then I'll connect it back into the armhole. For the back, I'll repeat the same thing also. I'll go ahead and connect, mark my mid, look for my mid armhole like so, and then I would mark And then I would also go ahead to connect, extending it outward by half inch so that I can just go ahead and connect it back into the armhole to avoid shortage, like so, like this. So this is what it actually looks like. I see it's quite simple to draft your waistcoat. So I'll go ahead and cut this out now so that I can actually get to see what it looks like. So after cutting it out, this is what we have. So this is the center front, the side back, and the center back. So now the next thing we'll be doing is cutting this out on fabric. So in our next video, I'll be showing you how to sew this, how to achieve intim finishing on it. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. See you in my next video, guys. Bye.